today being 20th February 2021. We'll be looking at the top stories from the Punch newspaper. My name is Frank Madden for iFilm Productions News. First one we'll be looking at today is the Punch newspaper with the rider Olu. Imo State government vows to prosecute IPOB security men. This news is written by Chidiebube Okeoma Oweri. The Imo State government on Friday said it would arraign operative of the Eastern Security Network linked with the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra in the ongoing crisis in Olu-Osu area of the state for murder. The State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Cyprian Akaolisa, told journalists in Owerri that the ESN operatives were hoodlums and will be treated as murderers by the state government. The Attorney General confirmed the ongoing military operation in the area, saying the Imo State government invited the military to flush out the hoodlums who call themselves ESN in Olu. According to him, the IPOB's leader Nnamdi Kanu was endangering the people of the state by the ongoing ESN activities in Olu area. Akaolisa, who listed the number of people the ESN personnel had allegedly killed in the state since 2020, said the proscribed organization cashed in on the NSAS protest last year to procure rifles for the ongoing operation. He commended the federal government for deploying troops in the area. He accused the former governor of the state, Rochas Okorocha, who now represents Imo West at the Senate, of allegedly playing politics with the crisis. Akaolisa chided Okorocha for going to sympathize with the traditional ruler Boniface Okereke of Uzobi Umuna Olu, who was harassed by a policeman on January 27, but refused to visit the families of the victims allegedly killed by the ESN operatives. It disclosed that the arrested ESN operative will be arraigned by the state government for murder at the end of the investigation. Akaolisa said that the deployed troops would not leave the troubled areas until peace was restored. Responding, Okorocha's spokesman Sam Onwemenedo accused the Opuzodima's administration of being confused. Onwemenedo said the government is a failed one. Look at what a whole Attorney General of the state called journalists to say. Yeah. Alright, that was the first one. So we'll take a look at this story before we move on to the next one. A few days ago, bandits who arrested the Kagara boys from GSC school. There were allegations yesterday that the federal government has given them 800 million naira to go and give to the bandits that abducted the boys and the travelers. None of the northern governors invited the federal government, the military men, to come and carry out an airstrike, because the Sheikh Gumi knew where the bandits were before they took the alleged 800 million to them for the release of the boys and the travelers. Yet Governor Opuzodima invited the military to Olu, his own hometown, to carry out an airstrike and military operation. This speaks so much about the Southeast governors. This speaks so much about the unity in the north. This speaks so much about the unity the northern governors has among themselves and the federal government. Written by Toby Aworinde. The governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, has called on the federal government to immediately implement three specific recommendations of the All Progressive Congress Committee on True Federalism to address the insecurity in the country. El-Rufai, who was one of the speakers on the live broadcast, tagged the fierce urgency of now tactics and strategies to pull Nigeria from the brink. On Friday, stated that Nigeria had failed jealously and consistently protect its prerogative and status as a levanter, the ultimate guarantor of security, the protector of rights and promoter of the rule of law. According to him, that is why the federal government's power is being challenged in a frighteningly sustained manner by a phalanx of armed non-state actors. I said, I will recommend the following immediate actions. I recommend the following immediate decisions and actions by the federal and state governments, with the support of our civil society and all well-meaning Nigerians. The first is to implement the three key devolution proposals that I mentioned. Give us state police now, vest all materials in the state now, and decentralize our judiciary now, not later. There are certain things governors cannot do. Some of them we have alluded to by saying we don't control security agencies. So, you are the chief security officer, but you can call the commissioner of police, and if the inspector general says don't talk to him, that's it. In 5.5 years as governor of Kaduna State, I have had 8 commissioners of police. They are just posted. They spend 7 or 8 months each on average. Do the mathematics. 8 commissioners of police that have virtually no say in their posting, and so on. How can you have security management you have if you change the frontline chief of security every 8 months on average? The governor noted that only the National Assembly could make state police a reality. El-Rufai added, there is nothing the governors can do, and these senators and House of Representative members were elected from the states. Many of them got elected with our help and support, but when they go to Abuja, they can grow large heads and will not cut their hair for 2 years, and they start thinking something else. I had one like that. I got him out. We want state to have more responsibility so that we can be held more accountable. The reason I said we need state police, a decentralized judiciary, and the vesting of mines, minerals, and oils in the state now is because if we don't do this year, next year, everything will be politicized. In response, the Senate Minority Leader, Senator Enyinaya, who was also a speaker on the occasion, said Governor El-Rufai has said, let us all work together. We are very ready to do that. We don't have enough soldiers, military equipment. Speaking on the causes for failure in the effective policing, El-Rufai stated that the national level security response to challenges has been uncoordinated and ineffective in wiping out the threats. He said, none of the military services nor security agencies has been suitably expanded in numbers and equipment for over a decade since the insurgency in the northeast pushed change to a new law. This country does not have enough soldiers, uniform police, or secret police to project state power across its vast swamps, particularly the forest. The limited numbers of boats on the ground are not well equipped, are significantly lacking in the technology that can make their limited numbers matter a lot less. We should provide immediate and enhanced funding to acquire advanced equipment, armaments, and ordinances for the armed forces, police, security agencies, and paramilitary agencies by drawing down from the pool of various rainy day federation funds like SS crude account, natural resources account, stabilization account, and so on, so that our security services will have the material to face the criminal that menace us. The governor added that restructuring required an immediate national consensus to collect more taxes at federal and state levels for government to be viable. This also means we must stop pretending that the regulated rate of lending, interest rates, exchange rates, prices of petrol and electricity as well as the salaries of the public sector are realistic, sustainable, and will lead us to promised land. These are decisions for the year and now, he said. We need compassionate leadership. Fayemi. The governor of Ekiti State and chairman of the Nigeria Congress Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, in a speech highlighted the importance of compassion among political leaders in the country. He said, "For us at the level of the governors, we have been dealing with immediate issues that go beyond generic points that have been made eloquently by Malam Nasir El-Rufai. When you focus on recent challenges, be they banditry, insurgency, and most recently the headed farmer conflict that we have experienced in the southwest, what is clear is that naturally victims are almost always emotional about issues of this nature. When you have lost somebody or you know someone who has lost someone, it is no use telling the person to be rational about ill that have befallen them and the bereavement they've suffered. The truth of the matter is that we also need compassionate leadership in order to help deal with these issues, in addition to all substantive things we need to deal with. Nigerians break up will not solve problem. Pastor Sam Adeyemi, head pastor, Daystar Christian Center, Sam Adeyemi, who was one of the panelists, argued that calls for restructuring were premised on the need for for citizens empowerment. According to him, the brilliant people in the government need to give reasons as to why they are finding it difficult to push their ideas through. Adeyemi said, "Let me be honest. I have friends in government. We should be discussing Nigeria's development. Nigeria needs to move into 21st century as fast as possible. This whole thing is about the economy. If you have any problem in this country that is not tractable, somebody is making money from it. People are making money from Boko Haram. Banditry and kidnappings are about making money. Why don't we then create a country where people can make money legitimately? Once we begin to discuss that idea with Nigerians, a vision will give people hope. Presently, there is despair. People can't see any way forward. The discussion right now among this huge population that we have of young Nigerians is, let everybody go their way. Let's break it down. But smart people know that will not solve the problem. South Sudan broke away from the North Sudan, and then South Sudan went its way. Breaking away is not the issue." Alright, that is that on that. Herdsmen in Ondo State. Why herdsmen